Okay, so as you can see, we're now on our desktop, and I'm going to try and go through this in the most simple way possible. And just to give you guys some explanation on how experienced I am with this, I learned this morning. So if I can teach you this, then I'm pretty confident that you guys will get the hang of this straight away. So the first thing you're going to want to do is click the link in the description below to FiveReborn. This is published by the official GTA 5 mod site, where you get all of the mods for GTA 5 from, and all you're going to want to do is press download. It will then give you the option to get server or client. Now the one you guys are going to want to get is client, because this is the one I know how to use, and this means that you will be able to use any of these maps by yourself without anyone else in your session. Of course, if you want to multiplayer, you can look into how to host a server, but guys, I'm not that far ahead yet, okay? So let's just do client. So you're going to want to download that one, and as you can see, it's now downloaded. Now before we open up FiveReborn.exe, you're just going to want to minimize this, go onto your desktop, create a folder and call it FiveReborn. You're going to want to open up that folder, and then you're going to want to grab the exe and you're going to want to place it right into that folder. So let me just bring this down, and I'm going to place this into the folder. You're then going to want to click on it and run, and what you will notice, guys, is your entire folder will fill up with loads and loads of files. So you're just going to want to give it a few minutes or so while the files just get into this folder. It will take about 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes or something. It really doesn't take long, but make sure you drop the exe into a folder first, because if you don't, then it will not work. It will just put loads of random files onto your computer. So make sure you put it in a folder first. Okay, so what it's asking me to do now is locate my folder containing GTA 5. This is the one you play on Steam with, so I'm going to locate that folder right now. The way to find your GTA 5 folder is to go onto your Steam account, go onto Steam, scroll down to Steam Apps, Common, and then you're going to want to choose the one which says Grand Theft Auto V. Ignore these two I just messed around with. You're going to want to choose Grand Theft Auto V. So you're going to want to select that folder, and then as you can see, it will start loading things into that folder. Now this means that FiveReborn will then be compatible with your GTA 5, so when you launch it up, it will take you into your copy of GTA 5. Okay, so this has just popped up. It's asking me that a game cache is outdated. You're just going to want to press yes and go through that. Sometimes when I was first installing this, I was getting this error, and this error basically meant that I was unable to install FiveReborn. Now the way I got around this is by validating my game on Steam. It takes about half an hour to an hour to do, but once you validate your game, it will then find all the missing files and it will allow you to install FiveReborn no problem. Okay, so everything is installed, everything is downloaded, and FiveReborn is now launching itself. Now the way this works is it kind of integrates itself with your own Grand Theft Auto. So as you can see at the top, it will say, I'm playing Grand Theft Auto, but it looks nothing like GTA. It's something someone has created, and everything here is all of the awesome servers these guys have created for themselves. So for example, if we take a look at this one, it's called Drift City Car Mods. This is basically a huge city where you guys can go around drifting. This one is Sideways Inc. Tracks. This also looks like a city you can drive around and drift around and stuff. Loads and loads of pretty cool maps, stuff which you guys probably didn't even realize existed, but do exist in GTA. So all of these maps were created, and more maps are being created by users in the modding community as we speak, using FiveReborn. I think I've had enough looking around here. There's some pretty interesting things you guys can take part in, but before we go into any of that stuff, let me just teach you guys exactly what you need to know, and this is how you can install Liberty City. So let's get into that. So I'm just going to close this down by pressing the X button, and now as you can see, we have FiveReborn right here ready to go. So in order to install Liberty City, you must make sure you go back onto the GTA 5 mod site, and you're going to want to type in Liberty City. Now what you will notice is there will be a few other mods here, for example, Populated Liberty City. You're going to want to open up this one if you're interested in it, but the one we want to get is Grand Theft Auto V Liberty City. I will leave a link to it in the description below. You're then going to want to download this mod, and then it will take you over to a mega upload page. Just download it through your browser. It's 3 gigs, so it might take a little bit of time. As you can see, it'll take me maybe 15 minutes or so, or 10 minutes or so. It'll take a little bit of time, but it's definitely worth it, and this will download the entire of Liberty City. So whilst this mod is downloading, let me just tell you a few words about this one. So this is merely an extension which you can add onto the Liberty City mod. As you can see, it will populate the city, give cars on the streets, have photographers, have pedestrians, bring people from GTA 5 and things from GTA 5 into Liberty City. It's pretty cool, but only get this if you guys do have a really good PC. It doesn't need to be insane, but it just needs to be good enough to run Liberty City without any frame rate lag. If you guys can do that, then you can definitely get this mod. Okay, so my Liberty City mod has finally downloaded itself. It took a few minutes to do, but we finally got there, and as you can see, it's now here on my desktop. Now this mod is called NY, and it's a zip file. All you're going to want to do is open it up, close this, and then as you can see, there is Liberty City. Now, in order to install this, all you're going to want to do is go into your FiveReborn file you just made, make a new folder, and title it User Maps. You're then going to want to click it, and you're going to want to go back into this zip file, and you're just going to want to drag it over into this. Now this is worth about 3 gigabytes of space, so it will take a few seconds to kind of bring that folder over to the other folder, but once it's installed, you should then be able to play Liberty City in GTA 5. So this is the final part of the tutorial. So Liberty City has now been installed. As you can see, it's right there. All you're going to want to do is back out, and you're going to want to create one more folder, and this is going to be called Plugins. The reason why you're creating this folder is because you need to have some sort of plugin to help you navigate around Liberty City. This is because, of course, if you do not populate Liberty City, you're not going to be able to get any vehicles or planes or anything else like that. So I recommend you guys grab a plugin. I will leave a link to one of them in the description below, and I will teach you guys exactly how it works when we spawn in. So the one I'm going to be using is called Enhanced Reborn 4. All you're going to want to do is drag it into the plugin folder, and then that's pretty much it. You're done and you're ready to go. So all you're going to want to do is scroll back down, go onto FiveReborn, open it up, and away we go. So I will see you guys once it's loaded. Okay, so here we go. We have everything ready. All you're going to want to do is press F8 and type exactly what I type. Invoke dash level load space NY. That's exactly what you guys are going to want to type. You're going to want to press enter, press F8 again to get rid of that, and then let the map spawn in. And we should be spawning in any second now. Here we go. Just loading things up, and we've now spawned in, and everything around us, as you can see, it's all spawning in right now, is Liberty City, boys. Here we go. Now this is exactly why you are going to need some sort of plugin, because usually will spawn in underneath the city. Now all you're going to want to do, if you have installed the same plugin I linked in the description below, is simply press F2. This will give you guys some sort of no-clip mode in which you can then use the navigation keys WASD to move around. All you're going to want to do is find a road, press Q to lift yourself up, and there we go. Press F2 again, and you're now in Liberty City. Now everything around you will be exactly as it was in GTA 4, which is the incredible part about this. And if you want to grab a car, all you're going to want to do is press F1, go down to vehicles using your number pad, and then all you're going to want to do is spawn in whichever vehicle you would like to spawn in. And I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode, and if you did, please don't leave without smashing that thumbs up button and of course subscribing to my channel as well.